Most people in the Islamic world seem to have some sense of what happened regarding Abu Bakr and what he said when Prophet Muhammad died. Sermon 65 of Nahjul Balagah regards of what Ali said. And one of the things that he had testified to was the will of Prophet Muhammad. And just like the case in the Quran, with some people being forgiven who were part of a battle and messed up, such we have here the case of those who were good among the helpers of the immigrants. They were treated well, and those who were bad were forgiven. But this is not a sense that they were forgiven for absolutely everything. Although it does seem a bit closer than the other, because being forgiven for not having the right action on the battlefield doesn't mean that you're forgiven for everything you could possibly do in the future, because some of those people would have, there is that saying in Muslim that some of the Sahaba were going to be burning in hellfire for what they did after Muhammad died. And does Bukhari share this narration? It's in multiple Sunni narrations that Muhammad had a dream, and it's like, you don't know what they did after you, was what he was told. And so the question was, what's against the people who have a claim? And if their claim was so strong, it would have been unnecessary for there to be something willed in their favor. Because in general, the Sunni narrations don't allow for appointment in this regard, is that they were chosen from among them. So at the very least, you could say that the Muslimin were to choose their own leaders. Now, some of the Quraysh were trying to argue that, they're the same heredity as the Prophet. And Ali was saying, hey, that's not enough. So this kind of brings up the whole thing that refutes the general argument that the Shia are the ones saying, oh, well, it's because they're saying one family over another, and that's not the actual argument that you find that Ali and Hassan and Hussein and some of the other ones. I mean, we're just talking Ali in this book. And there's more to the story than that, but we'll stop there and move on to letter 65, which is also to Muawiyah. And getting that rumbly and the tumbly here. We should be careful of following in inherited ways. Those of our ancestry, it's not necessarily the thing. We should try to find out the clear view based directly on the statements of faith. And we should work on doubt, illusion, delusion. And it's best that people are not to acquire political authority when it has been established that it's right for someone else and they've already taken that position. their position should be shifted, or they should serve their term first, and then, are there times coming and you say, oh, well, I'm going to be next, right? And you don't want to be one of those that rises to political prominence, without the spiritual guidance or whatever with it. You don't, it's not just you're there to get power. Saying 65. Reminds us that in a way, we are strangers to our friends.